Well, I don't know how to start this video. Honestly, I don't usually make boss reviews. I should do it more often, but I try to refrain from doing so because a lot of people do it, and I'll be honest, I don't think many people would watch my review on a boss game. But the times I do make a video like this, it's because something major has happened, or a game was so bad, or maybe a game was so good. Uh, an example I can think of is the Barca versus PSG game, the Barca versus Chelsea game, and the PSG game from a couple of years ago. I made those videos because the games were pretty, pretty horrendous. So that's how you know today's match is no different. Today's match is not worse, in my opinion, than the ones that I just mentioned, but it's just it's as painful as they were. The sensation that I have right now is one of pain and one of disgust at how little effort the team showed today. So we're gonna talk about that today. Yeah. So let's not make this a long video. I won't do too many cuts. I won't edit this too much or like how I usually do it. So expect a little bit of silence at some points. But yeah, the lineup was as what we expected really. The 4-2-3-1 with De Jong and Olmo as a makeshift pivot and Fermin Lopez as a cam. And obviously the attack was Rafinha, Ferran Torres, and Lamine Yamal. The Girona was, I'm not gonna bother talking about them, but yeah, that's how Barca lined up, and the strategy was the same. And boy, did they really make a meal out of it, huh? They really. Oh god, this game is quite literally a copy and paste of the first Barca versus Girona back at the what was our previous home stadium. I forgot its name. Yeah, the game was. I swear to God, it's the exact same today, and I'm really surprised because I thought they would have learned from the last match, but they didn't. And throughout the whole fucking out I don't know. Throughout the whole 90 minutes, it was the same thing. Girona just sat at the back and waited for the counter attack. It's a simple 1-2 from the winger to the fullback. The fullback passes back to the winger goes on a run, and they're in behind. It's the exact same bullshit we see every single day. And I have no idea how Hansi Flick just doesn't get it. Doesn't get it. Like Girona had the attack, had the tactic already built from months ago. All they had to do was just revisit it and then just reapply it once again into this match. And somehow we did not account for that. We didn't think that they would do this. And what happened today happened. And it's very frustrating. It is because it's not hard to see this, especially after the first half. Like, why not change things up a bit? Don't give them that chance. All Girona did was that just counterattack because the space was there. Kunde and Gerard Martin, who is not even really a left back anymore. Kunde specifically, just he got ran out. He got ran in behind so many times that he looked like fucking Angela White or any well-known porn star. To be honest, he got ran through. Gerard Martin, to be fair, did alright. He didn't do the worst, but again, he's also not the quickest. So it was also easy for the winger to get in behind him. But yeah, that's not that's not all of it though. That's not the whole problem of it. Was that as you all know, this tactic heavily relies on high pressure, and this today was not it. Today was not it with the pressure. They didn't pressure like they usually do, which again really took me by surprise because you have Rafinha, you have Ferran Torres, you got Yamal there too, and you got a midfield that has Fermin Lopez as well. But the press was not there. The press was it was bad, bro. It was bad. Girona could just play out from the press, and because they were pressing so high up, the back line was more vulnerable. And Yeah, that's how they got him behind so much, and that's how players like let's say Eric Garcia and Kubasi and Frankie De Jong, they all got so tired by the end of the match, and it was just the same pattern repeat. Just god, the first half was such a snooze fest, and Girona had the better chances, and it's actually. It was an even match in terms of chances, if I've been completely honest with you. Rafinha hit the post once. So I think we hit the post like 3 times. Uh, yeah, 3 times. Rafinha hit it once. Lamine Yamal got a penalty. I don't know who got the penalty. Was it? It was Fermin Lopez. No, it was Dani Olmo. Dani Olmo got the penalty, and Lamine Yamal. I don't know why I don't know why Rafinha gave it to Lamine Yamal. Rafinha should be a penalty taker. The guy doesn't miss pens, and I don't know. God bless him. Like I'm sure he just gave it to Lamine Yamal to boost his confidence because Lamine Yamal was having a stinker today. I don't know what's going on with his mental health. Maybe it's because of that personal drama that involves Fatty and his brother or something. And it was false, by the way. It was false news. But I'm assuming that took a toll on his mental well-being, on his that must have like uh, just disrupted his concentration and stuff. But because obviously false news and stuff like that ruins your reputation, it's gonna be a toll for anyone really. So yeah, his head space wasn't probably in it in this game. Well, wasn't 100% in this game. So just again, I don't. Rafinha should have taken that penalty. Just we weren't winning the game. We weren't winning by a lot. It was 0-0. We have to win this game to keep the lead in La Liga. And now he decides to give the pen to Lamine Yamal, who we all know is not that good at pens. If I'm being completely honest with you, I knew he would have missed. I knew he was gonna miss. He didn't look confident. His penalty bucking strategy is just bad. That's the first half. The second half was arguably even worse. The pressing was lower. The pressure was lower. Girona got more chances. If it was for João Garcia, I don't even know how many chances Girona missed because of João Garcia. But God bless us, we have João Garcia to save our asses from a humiliation. They shouldn't have been 2-1. Like it should have been like 5-1 or 6-1. I'm sure you've seen the double save where he was on the floor and he just fucking saved at the last minute. And it was a brilliant save from João Garcia. When your goalkeeper gets a man of the match in a game where you lose, that's how you know your defense and just your overall defensial. How you say it? When your overall defense structure is bad, that's how you know. And yeah, and when your only goal comes from a Kubasi header. That was a brilliant header, by the way. I'm gonna give it to Kubasi, and your attackers didn't do much. That's how you know it's been bad, bro. And speaking of the attackers, Ferran Torres, fucking useless. He didn't do anything this match. In these type of matches where the defense is when the opposition's defense is so far back, Ferran Torres doesn't do anything because the defense is not gonna go high up, so there's no chance for Ferran Torres to do a running behind. And as we all know, he's also very inconsistent when it comes to shooting. So I'm really concerned about his level, and I'm really wondering if it's even worth keeping him in the team. I think Chelsea made an offer, or I don't know. I heard some rumor that Chelsea made an offer and of 80 million. And if it's true, which I doubt it now, because how does Chelsea look at him and think, oh damn, that's a really good striker? I don't see it. But if it's true, then just take the money and just leave him be, bro. And I know we like to keep uh, long-term players in the club, and we struggle to get rid of players that have, I don't know, shown passion towards Barcelona. I don't know. But we have to be harsh. We have to be, we have to be strict with whoever we let play in this team. Because this is one of the best teams in the world. We cannot let mediocrity stay. And I'm sorry that I'm going in on Ferran Torres so much, but the striker position is so important in a team where we aim to just attack and just completely ignore the defense. The striker has to put away those chances, and Ferran Torres doesn't do that. He's not clinical enough, in my opinion, and he's not consistent enough, and he just I think we really need to buy another striker to replace Lewandowski and to replace Ferran Torres. And we need strikers that are tall, strong, and good at hold-up play. And we need, well, one striker to be good at hold-up play like Lewandowski, and another striker to be more, I don't know, agile and is able to make those runs behind. Is able to get in those pockets of space. We need strikers like that. And preferably two, like not just one, because yeah, I want to get rid of Ferran Torres and Lewandowski as well, who wasn't that good today either. So yeah, Rafinha came back. That's the only positive grace about this. He only played 60 minutes because Hansi Flick didn't want a relapse to happen. So I guess that was smart, because we shouldn't just let one match result in Rafinha getting injured for another, I don't know, month or so, because that would be catastrophic. So even though I didn't like seeing Rafinha get subbed off, I agree with the decision, despite it being, hard to accept, or despite it being a decision that most people, most fans didn't want to see. So it was a good decision. I don't disagree with the fact that Rafinha got taken off, because you don't want to rush a player that just came back from injury. That it's just there's no point, worsening the results that came from this match, or the outcomes that came from this match. We might have lost 3 points, but there's no need to lose Rafinha in the process, right? There's no need to do that. So yeah, what can I say? Oh yeah, what else can I say? But yeah, talking about, well, going back and talking about the match. Kubasi got the header goal from I think it was a free kick, and it was a brilliant header again. But literally 2 minutes later, Kubasi was at fault for the goal from Girona, who once again attacked Kunde, or I don't even know who it was, but they came from the right hand side. I think Kubasi didn't intercept it properly. It went through his legs, and it was literally a tap in from Lamar, who hasn't scored in a couple of years. So yeah, I mean, it's just it's the same script as Real Sociedad. Like, it's legit the same script. This game was just a repeat of Sociedad, and it was a repeat of the previous Girona matches. Like, how does that happen? How do you repeat 2 matches in 1 match that happened like a couple of months after the other 2? Like, it's ironic and hilarious, but it also makes me want to kill myself, because those 2 matches caused me so much pain. Not the one against Girona, because we ended up winning, but the one in the, I don't even want to bother saying its name, but we won it thanks to an Araujo header. But yeah, this again, that match was painful because of how easy our defense was to breach. And this game was exactly the same. Our defense was so open. And it was so open because of the high line and the lack of intensity from our midfield and attackers, who are probably, to be honest, very tired. Because this tactic is so energy demanding. It's not sustainable for the long run. And we've had a full season of this shit. I don't understand how Hansi Flick just doesn't have another tactic in place in case we are tired and not 100%. Because we obviously weren't 100% after the match against Atletico Madrid. We weren't. And it's just, I don't want multiple tactics. Just one spare not just the one fucking high press intensity all the time. I just want 2 tactics that we can use. One for one attacking the tactic that we usually do. Oh yeah, that one tactic can be what Hansi Flick wants. He's fucking high press, high line shit, and another tactic in case our plays are not 100%, where we can drop the high line and we can just play out the back like we used to when we played with Xavi. Because honestly, I think Xavi would have won this match easily. Xavi would have understood that this team just likes to go on the counter. So how do you prevent a counter? You drop the high line when you lose the ball. You drop it and they can't do anything. The Girona team is not good. Bryan Gil looked like prime Neymar because you got Kunde at the halfway line, and then you just have to do a little bit of tiki-taka and play a through ball, and Bryan Gil is off. Bryan Gil is a shit player. Van Aert is a shit player. Lamar had the game of his life because he had so much free space in the midfield because he wasn't getting marked. And Zigankov is shit too, but he also played really good because again he was against Gerard Martin, who was slower than this guy, who was slower than Zigankov, and it's just this team is not good. Girona is not good. Girona is ass. There's a reason why they're in the 17th place. It's a reason why they're in relegation. They're ass, and the fact that we lost today is very shameful. But naturally, it's not. Naturally, we lost. There's no excuse for that. But I obviously have to talk about the refereeing today, which was a fucking disgrace. And I'm not gonna focus too much on it because this game we deserve to lose because of the way we play. But just because we play bad does not mean that refereeing has to reflect that too and be the exact same. Just because we play bad does not mean we have to be the subject to poor refereeing. The refereeing should still be as fair as it usually is, but today it wasn't. And honestly, it's Barcelona should complain because the second goal that Girona scored was a foul. 100% a foul. There's no doubt about it. You shouldn't look at that and think, that's not a foul. Nah. It's not. It was 100% a foul. There's no, even if you're a Madridista, even if you hate Barcelona, you should be able to look at that and say, that's a foul that shouldn't have counted. Move on. And of course, he had to be the second goal that Girona scored. Of course, Koundé got stomped on. He was on the ground. He was clearly in pain because again his boot got the opponent, the player, stamped on his boot. And how is that not a foul is beyond me. Why is VAR a thing? I don't know. Why is VAR a thing if you're not gonna intervene in this situation? Like what? What? I don't get it. Like I know people will just say that I'm crying about it, but what do you want me to do? It's a blatant foul. It's what, just because we play bad does that mean that we have to be subjected to this now? That we have to accept this? That just because we played like shit, it means that we can just get robbed like this? Because it's a clear robbery. It's just anyone can look at this and say it's a robbery, yet somehow the VAR room disagrees with that, and somehow they think this is just they just think this is legal. And I knew, and actually I didn't want to say that I forgot to mention this. Actually, the referee that refereed this match is the same referee that that refereed the Rayo Vallecano match last year, I think. I forgot his name because I don't even want to know his name. But this bastard had the nerve to. Some of you may remember, but Koundé stomped on a guy's foot, and that led to a goal for Barcelona. But he was quick to just, chalk off that goal because of the foul, which was a foul. But today, the same shit happens, and he gives the goal. Like, I don't know. It's just the inconsistencies of La Liga referees. It still shock me. It's still baffling that this shit still happens, and it's just disappointing to see, really, because just prior to this match today, yesterday Real Madrid obviously got that disgusting pen for Vinny's dive. That again, the VAR room didn't bother looking at it to just say that it's not a penalty. But it's not. Again, it's not really a big deal because Madrid were winning at 3-1. But my problem is the message that you send out. It's not only damaging La Liga's reputation, but it's also damaging Real Madrid's reputation, because that's already two decisions in a row that directly benefit Real Madrid in one way or another. First, it was a penalty, which made it so Real Sociedad has no chance of coming back, and this disgrace of a call just gave Real Madrid the league, basically. Now Real Madrid are ahead by, I don't even know, what was it again? They're ahead by 2 points. So it's not the end of the world. I'm sure they'll slip up at some point. But the fact that this has happened, and the fact that Madrid benefited from it, it's again baffling to me how this happens in the big 2026. We have so much technology, we have so many tools that can easily, discover, that can easily correct refereeing decisions that are wrong and somehow they're not used today. And this is damaging. Honestly, I understand that the players here will probably feel very wronged, especially after the last match against Atletico Madrid. I didn't make a video on it, but there were some decisions there that were again just they again really hurt Barcelona's chance of coming back from that match. And I can think of the Balde red card from Simeone, where he clearly got Balde's shin. He clearly raised his foot to, impact Balde's upper. I don't know what to call it. His shin, his ankle, not his ankle, but it was a high boot basically, and it wasn't a red card. And VAR didn't say anything to the referee, and the referee just didn't bother looking at it. Like, and then the Kubasi goal, again. How do you have to manually draw lines in a game where VAR should be there, where the technology should be there to see that it's an onside goal? It's onside, that Kubasi was onside, but then they manually draw the lines to say that it's offside. I don't know. Fuck me, I said I wouldn't make this about the refereeing, but the decision is so mind-boggling that I couldn't help but just go talk more about it. It's just, I don't know, man. It's frustrating. Again, I'm not saying it's just the referees today that damned Barcelona. Barcelona damned themselves with the way that they play, with the attitude that they display today, with the poor defense they just showed, and I don't know, man. I don't know. They have to fix shit up quickly. It's now February. The league is coming near its end. There's 14 more matches, or 13 or 14. There's still ways to get back in this, get back to the number one position. But this really should have been a game where we should have won, especially after such a disgraceful game against Atletico Madrid. Especially after that, and I'm disappointed that these players didn't bother showing up. Now Lamine Yamal is gonna get more hate. Now Ferran Torres will hear more rumors about him leaving, I'm sure. After Rafinha left, the intensity just dropped, and it was fairly disappointing to see that without Rafinha, the intensity that these players showcase just lessens dramatically. That shouldn't be the case. Even without Rafinha, the intensity should be there always. I know Rafinha is very good at pressing, but why should that stop Lamine Yamal and Ferran Torres from playing good and pressing themselves? I don't know. Again, that goes back to my point of having another tactic that allows the players to rest a little bit and not have to run so much. Because sustaining a tactic where you just have to run up and down for 90 minutes because you have so much space in behind, it's gonna lead to injuries, and we've seen it this season. It led to injuries. Rafinha's injury, Pedri's injury, like maybe not all of them were because of exhaustion, but I'm sure that takes a toll on their legs. I'm sure it takes a toll on their body, that intensity. I just think I can't see Flick should have another tactic. Like, honestly, just ask Xavi for his tactics from when he was at Barcelona, and then just apply that when we are 100%, because that way you can actually win. Because I'm sure, again, Xavi would have won this game, because Xavi did win this type of games. Sure, it wasn't flashy, sure it wasn't by a lot, but he won by one goal, and he had a solid defense at the back as well. We won so many games 1-0 because we had a solid back line, a solid defensive structure, and that would have served us today. That would have served us today against a team that just wanted to counterattack, because that was the only way to damage Barcelona. And they did a lot. Like a constant just ass pounding from fucking Girona of all teams. And if it wasn't for their poor finishing, they would have done exactly the same thing as Atletico Madrid did. Like Girona and Atletico Madrid, they're teams of different caliber. Atletico Madrid has the attackers to finish those chances, whereas Girona doesn't. But that worries me a lot. Girona did the exact same thing at Atletico Madrid, and Girona is a team that's way worse than Atletico Madrid. They could have easily scored the same amount of goals or score more. If they had like Haaland there, or maybe I don't know, Salah or Haaland up top, they would have scored 6 goals for sure. That's how bad this team was today. That's how bad the defense was today, and I'm disappointed and I'm disgusted that we're struggling. Well, I'm disgusted that we lost today. Like really, how fucking shameful is that? Like we mocked Real Madrid for drawing this match, drawing their match, and now we go and lose like this. I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know if this team can bounce. Hopefully they can bounce back from this because mentally I'm sure it's gonna take a toll on them. But yeah, they need the rest. Hansi Flick, I'm pretty sure they gave them a rest after this match. But yeah, I don't know. That's my rant done. I don't want to talk about this game. Honestly, we hit the post so many times. We are so wasteful. Lamine Yamal had literally had the space to run, and he aimed it straight at the goalkeeper. God damn it, that guy cannot score to save his life. What a fuck. I don't know. I really shouldn't be picking Lamine Yamal. He's 18, for God's sake. He's 18. He shouldn't have to bear all of the weight of a loss. But because of his status, because of his again status on the football world and how he's seen as the next Messi, he's gonna get the brunt of this. He's gonna be responsible. He's gonna get the headlines of this loss, and especially because he missed the penalty. That is gonna just, I don't know. Again, Rafinha should have taken it himself. Rafinha should be the main penalty taker when Lewandowski isn't here. Actually, fuck it, Rafinha should be the main penalty taker. Stop, like full stop. I don't understand why. Oh God, just I don't know. So many wrong things were done today. If the it's so frustrating, bro. It's so frustrating to watch as an spectator and not be able to do anything. I wanna fucking slap Hansi Flick and just say, God damn it, guy, please just come up with a new tactic that you can use as an alternative. Because if you play with one tactic, it's so easy to come up with counter tactics to play against your team. It's not hard to beat this Barca team when you have the right tactics and the right players to pull off those tactics. And we're not gonna play fucking Elche or Albacete or what's it called, Oviedo every week, bro. When we play against a good team like Bayern, they're gonna destroy us. Especially when you have Joao Martin and Kunde just constantly getting railed every time. Like oh god. Ugh. Fucking hell. I've never been so upset, but when you lose against Girona, that's so bad. Look at his. I'm gonna look at their history right now. They're 12th in La Liga, right? They drew to Sevilla. They lost to Real Oviedo. They drew to Getafe. What else? They lost to Atletico Madrid. Obviously, they lost to Elche. They lost to literally Orense in the Copa del Rey. Like I don't know. I don't know. I can understand that this probably meant more for them because it's a derby and they don't want to get relegated, but still, it's a game that we should have won comfortably. But what can you do? What can you do? What can you do apart from just say that this team is not good at the moment? Not Real Madrid is fucking first. I'm gonna have to survive that. Hopefully they get knocked out of the Champions League by Benfica. I'll say Mourinho, please pull a miracle so they can at least leave us alone on that aspect and we can just mock them for that. But honestly, yeah, it just sucks. It sucks that this happened. It sucks that this team is not showing its full potential, and it sucks that we seem to lose the same way over and over again. Legit the same way. It happened against PSG with a last minute goal. That's just a simple cross and shoot. Happened against Sevilla where they actually did score their chances, and yeah, happened against Real Madrid where they feasted on those runs behind. Happens against Chelsea. Happens against now this teams that we shouldn't have lost to. And sometimes I do wonder if being so attacking is worth it. When stuff like this happens, when you lose games like this, when you lose badly, because we have lost badly this season, like many times now. We lost 3-0, we lost 4-0, we lost 4-0 against Atletico Madrid, all because of the high line. And yeah, it really makes me wonder if really this is the way that we want to head in the future. Like, if really, is this really what we want to do? Just constantly have to play suicide football when we don't have to play suicide football. But yeah, I don't want to talk about this game anymore. It's just so fucking painful. Honestly, it's so painful. So yeah, that's my mediocre opinion. That's the opinion of a fan that is very frustrated with the team. That's the opinion of a fan that clearly is I'm struggling, honestly. Like, I love it when we win by a huge margin, but I also hate it when we lose like this, when it's so predictable that it would happen, and that we don't seem to learn, or specifically Hansi Flick doesn't seem to learn that sometimes you have to adapt to teams who are clearly outplaying you tactically. Anyway, that's my opinion. So, see ya.